My name is Kayzarboulila, and this is my podcast. Today I'm joined by Mr. Keith Dallison.
Hi, Kayzar. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Oh, good.
Did I say it right? Keith Dallison.
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 Yes.
Dallison.
Correct.
Where does the name come from? Dallison, the last name.
The actual family name. The
Yes.
family name originates from France.
Oh.
Yes, but that was quite a long time ago. It's back in 1066, and that's when we first migrated over to the UK and had battles and rape and pillage and all that sort of thing. So like we haven't sort of evolved much of the family. I still look like a Viking and sort of go a bit of raping and pillaging and something like that.
This interview is going to be bananas.
I haven't been drinking, by the way. No, we don't have any of that. No.
So let's go back, and I want to know more about your backstory, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do. Kind of, for those people that don't know enough about Keith, we want to share the story, how it all begins. When did you move to Dubai first?
Dubai?
Yes.
2002.
Oh my God, that's
2002.
18 years, 17 years.
Yeah, 17 years ago, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So why did you come to Dubai? What was the...
I was working for a company in London.
Yeah.
And I was actually working for an Arabic company.
Yeah.
They're a broadcaster called NBC.
Yeah.
And they migrated from London, or started the process of moving from London in 2001, actually.
Yeah.
And 2002 was the time where we switched over from London transmission to transmitting from Dubai.
Yeah.
And the idea was the company was going to expand and become NBC Group instead of just NBC TV.
Yeah.
And become this huge corporation, which it did.
Yeah.
It sort of grew exponentially over the years.
Yeah. And then that was the reason, of course, you came in with that contract.
Yes.
And then how long did you stay in that company for?
Well, this is the thing. You see, like I come across numerous amount of people here.
Yeah.
And I come across not just people from the UK or from multi different places, and they tell me the same story. They say like, yes, we just come for 1 year to help the company move, or we just come for that 6 months or something like this. And, you know, here we are 15, 16 years later, still here in Dubai, you know. So there must be something that we like about the place.
Yes, yes.
There must be something nice.
I know. But I think, you know, what it is, a lot of people, especially in the past, they have this thought process. I'm going to go to Dubai, do 1 year, 2 years. It's a gap year or something. Yeah. I met a couple of taxi drivers. They said to me, I came here to do 6-month contract to make some money and go back and get married.
Yes.
Then I'm here for 36 years. And I'm like,
exactly, yeah.
That's a bit different.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And for me right now, when I came into Dubai, it kind of all happened by accident. I was going back to London and I was like, let me check out Dubai first, and I've never left. I've been here for 5 years, and right now all of my eggs are in Dubai. Everything in Dubai is home, and that's why we starting this podcast. We're doing a bunch of other things, because whatever is not available for us, we can create it ourselves. And Dubai has everything, but you just have to look hard and find it.
It's true, you do have to look hard.
So you came in working part of this amazing giant corporate company, etc. But was that the reason you stayed, or did you find love in other things? Because I am aware that you are a musician first, then actor, then a model, then later on, and probably now you are an ambassador to multiple other things. You do voiceovers, you do a bunch of things. But I want to know, what is the thing that kept you here? What did you find that drew you in? It wasn't just the company. I'm sure you find other things too.
I think Dubai has got many facets.
Yeah.
It's, many facades and many things that are interesting, that, you know, attract people and keep you sort of hooked and keep you going. I've been on a roller coaster ride over the last 17 years. And as the company grew as such, that became there was the work, and then there was the play. And so you work hard and you play hard as well. And I enjoyed the I was doing a job which I really sort of, enjoyed doing. I'm working in TV.
Yeah.
You know? But gradually as time went on, my responsibilities grew.
Yeah. And
so it became something that I was really not enjoying so much, because I'm actually becoming more sort of a pen pusher in an office rather than being creative. I'm a creative person, a musician. I love making films, I love theatre, I love entertainment in general. I've been involved with the entertainment industry for, well over 40 years. So, in that capacity, when you end up sort of feeling like you're in a ditch and you're pushing even all of the outside area of Dubai, and I knew there was still a lot to be offered and a lot to be taken or taken advantage of, and things to do, I decided I'm going to leave NBC. And so I stepped out and realized after a short time the bubble I'd been living in, and realized there is a real world out here in Dubai. There's more to Dubai than what I actually even first thought, which was fantastic. And that's why I sort of set forth on a path of looking at the acting and more voiceover work and things like this. So,
I got you. For me, like you said, like, I get it. Like for me, when these companies, they give you everything, and kind of in a way they protect you in so many things for that you don't feel the need to step outside until you reach that point. Then, and for me, in your point, is kind of start with the passion and the love for being proactive. And then when the company grew, you become like part of the giant machine, and then you kind of lost that kind of love and that connection to what kept you there initially, and that's why you started looking outside. And then when you looked outside, you figured out there is other things out there, and that's one.
Well, the corporate environment is something that evolves and grows, and you either grow or with it or whatever. And I did grow with it, but I grew not in the direction that I felt this is me. I'm a creative person. I love to, some people love the corporate environment and are here to make a whole bunch of money. That's what Dubai is for a lot of people. For me, I want to enjoy life. I want to
find the balance.
Work to live, not live to work. And I want to enjoy what I do.
A lot of people come to Dubai, they work super hard. Does that make sense? And and a lot of people don't take it up on themselves to go and explore. Sometimes some people live in JBR and work in JBR. They don't even know what's happening in JLT. They don't even know what's happening in downtown. I've seen it because most of these buildings, there's a complex, there's a barber, there's a pharmacy, there's a doctor within literally walking distance. So you don't really need to go anywhere. Does that make sense? We owe it to ourselves. Does that make sense? To challenge what's not in front of your eyes and you can't figure it out. And I think amazing, but being part of the big company, etc., that gave you a lot of safety nets, so you are protected in so many ways. When you did the jump, how did it feel? Like you become from an employee, where you're getting paid every single month, and then becoming a freelancer to a certain. You didn't start a company, did you?
No.
So you went to the freelance world, doing acting work and whatever the market has thrown at you. How was that different? Because you had to be held accountable to pay the rent, bills.
It's scary. I mean, I can't hide the fact that it is it's terrifying. It's you think what's going to happen, you think how you're going to handle it, and you may as well just sort of throw that all away. My advice to anybody who's going to do a similar thing would be, seriously, whatever you're thinking it's going to be like, no, it's going to be completely different, and you are going to get them nights where you're going to get cold sweats and wonder whether you're going to get paid and things going to happen, and is it going to work and so on. But I love that adrenaline. I love that sort of and since actually taking that leap of faith, if you like, to sort of jump into something which I wasn't really, I was the other side of the camera, working with TV. So now I've stepped in front of the camera and taken that leap of faith. It really does sort of take you out of your comfort zone. You really know what that expression means. You learn that it's such a big thing that, you have to do things that before you just go, no, I'm not going to do it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. That's not me. I don't do that sort of thing. Then all of a sudden you find you have no choice. You step in front of the camera, you do whatever it is you got to do, and you've just got to do it.
Yeah.
And it takes me back to when I was playing in bands, and then first few times when I used to step onto the stage and you had no idea of what the audience was going to react like, especially when you're doing your own numbers.
Yeah.
If you're doing covers, okay, then so like, you know, people know the songs, they start singing along or whatever. But when you step out and you're playing your own songs, you know, within 10 minutes you could have bottles flying and all sorts. And I've witnessed that, but that adrenaline rush, that, you know, I'd forgotten all about that. Being cocooned in that corporate bubble, that safety net. All of a sudden I'm back in that position of being on stage again and feeling that sort of like, oh my God, I'm alive.
Yes.
You know, it is. You are sort of, you know.
And kind of in a way, like we said, like when Dubai, there's two sides of it. You get it when you go into that side, when you are like that freedom that comes with the pressure. Like I feel like Dubai, it becomes like a pressure cooker. You have to be in top of your game. You have to go to every like more audition than you did before. Absolutely. Does that make sense? You have to put yourself out there, make yourself available, and be open to new ideas. And kind of becomes the failure is not an option. It's just like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Even if you doubt yourself, it's okay, but get over it.
That happens.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not human if that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the doubt, you doubt yourself. And I mean, the other day I was doing an edit actually, and I was putting something together, and I just got to a point halfway through, and it was just like, this isn't working. But I've started, I have to finish it. And it's not, it's like, So you finish, you work it, you get it going, and you make it happen. And then all of a sudden, you see the response that people get when you're doing it, and you go like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe in yourself to take this, you know, to actually do it. And stepping out of your comfort zone now has become sort of like, you know, like an adrenaline junkie. Give me something else to do. Like, you know, great. I want it.
Okay, amazing. You did the jump. You got through it all. But can you tell me about the transition from music to acting? Of course, how strong the foundation of music with you, and because kind of in a way they are different, but they are connected in a way because you perform in both. You are an entertainer as a musician and an actor. You are an entertainer. So they are the same thing, but they are disconnected. Sometimes, you know. How did you bring the connection, and how did you make the transition?
There's many ways to doing the connection.
Yeah.
Some people switch off when the camera goes on.
Yeah.
You know, they sort of, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
There's a camera.
Yeah.
And like, no, you got to just think, what happens when you're on stage in front of the audience and that? You start, and the thing is, the difference is with the band is that although you're on your own, you are actually with the other guys, and you know, and if one guy makes a mistake, the other guys cover it up, and we all cover it, and we all just get through, and we teamwork. Often with acting, you know, doing films, for example, is okay, because if you mess up, they just go, let's just go again.
Take number 201.
Exactly. Take 300, whatever. But if you're but theatre, now that's a completely different ball game. You know, so when you get in front of a live audience, so recently back in spring we did the live immersive experience on the QE2, which was the Gatsby Experience, and I did it for the experience of not knowing what it is, because you know, your immersive theatre experience is 4 hours long. So the second you put you are that character, and you have to stay that character for 4 hours, because you never go off stage, because the whole ship, QE2 was the stage. No matter where you were in character until the moment you took it off backstage, and that was it. So that was a whole and of course you have certain lines which need to be said at certain points, but the rest of it is improv. Improv I've never done before. And how do you improv when certain people come up to you? You're supposed to be on, or my character was on West Egg for Jay Gatsby's Garden and whatever, and playing, and people come up to you and say, should you be on this boat? Boat, sir? I'm not quite sure I know what you mean. Like, this is not a boat. And so, you have to start improving with the guy because he starts asking you all sorts of, and they come up and they say, can I ask you a few questions? Can you break character? Character, sir? I'm not quite sure I'm quite with you. What do you mean by character, sir? Like, and you have to start sort of, oh my God, what's he going to ask me now? Like, and I have to keep a face, like, there it is. But it was a whole new getting out of your comfort zone again. You know what I mean? You had to sort of, try and sort of come up with fresh things and everything. The kids, we did kids matinees on the Saturday, and the kids here in Dubai are absolutely, a bunch of teenagers that I've never seen before. They're so inquisitive, they're so gullible, and they just want to sort of know more, and they're just fantastic to work with.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So for me, like, it seemed to be the now when we speak, you have the music, we have the acting. I think that when you are speaking about the acting, I think that's what has peaked with you over the last couple of years. Did you take classes to become a better actor, or did it happen organically through experience?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yes.
Yes. You need to take certain sort of workshops or whatever. I've not had formal training in acting per se, but I've done certain workshops. It's organic as well, as you say, because you're thrust into certain things, and and the experience of working in TV for X amount of years, I've been working with actors.
Yes.
So working on stage and whatever, you already have a knowledge, and also stepping in front of the camera when you can preempt what the director's going to ask you and whatever, because I'm already been that side of the camera. It makes it easier for me, and it makes it easier for them, and they enjoy that, and we get a good working relationship. So there is that organic side of it which has evolved, plus some workshops, because there are people here in Dubai that sort of offer certain courses and different things, and I've been in touch with those, and you need to get that feedback, because you can't see yourself.
Yes.
You can only feel what you think might be right.
Yes.
But when you actually step in front and actually do it, when you've got a good director, it's going to be good, because he can see what he needs and wants. And there are a few guys out there, and it's really good.
Amazing. And how do you kind of stick into acting? How do you psych yourself up to get ready to wear the character 100%? Does it make sense? What is there any rituals that you do? Because it's complete switch, isn't it? You on, off. Or do you psych yourself an hour before, 2 hours before? How does it work? I'm not an actor, but I know enough about acting that I understand a little bit more than any general public out there. How do you get yourself psyched up for the mood, for the scene? How, of course, reading the script, the screenplay, and all of that good stuff. But how do you really get yourself prepared? Is there any, I don't know, tell me.
Okay, so depending on who the character is and everything else, depends on the amount of sort of work you need to sort of put into.
Just give me an example.
I'll give you an example.
Yes.
Okay, so oddly enough, I was 3 weeks ago in Mumbai doing a Bollywood movie.
Yep.
And I was the leader of a terrorist group, pretty much like Taliban. So, in fact, the other guys were dressed like Taliban, with what I call like the pie-shaped hats. Forgive me if you are a member of the Taliban. I'm not sort of like having a go at your hats, but that's just what they remind me of. A nice sort of apple pie or something like this. And when you get into the Land Cruiser with 3 guys dressed like this, and they've got the big beards, and they're sitting there with the Kalashnikovs, and and it's like, I'm sort of like, gee, guys, I'm really intimidated here for a second, and then they start speaking in Hindi and laughing and speaking English and whatever to me. I said, guys, you've just killed it, and I was really just getting myself into my part and everything else. But in this, to answer your question, in this, the day before, I'd gone to the studios to have the fitting for the costume and everything else before I did my part. And when you see and you know what you're going to be wearing, you get a feel of sort of like how the character's going to be. It does help when you are on the set. And you get a sense of what the feeling is and everything else and the other characters around you, and all of this goes together to help sort of like bring about the actual performance and how it is. And if you've got other people you're playing with, it's great. How these guys do green screen, now I have done some green screen last year. When they did green screen acting, when you see people like Benedict Cumberbatch do Smaug, you know, in The Hobbit, and he did the dragon. It was just, and seeing his performance, you just go, well, you know, that's why this guy is earning that kind of money, and this is why I'm still just doing the small parts in sort of Bollywood. So, like, you know, but you got to admire this. This is where the craft really comes in. And you know, it's by studying what other people do. You know.
Because for me, let's kind of unlock back about the green screen, because when you're doing you have a scene on stage, you know the scenery and set up on movie or whatever serious scenery is there, but the green screen is you acting to something that's not there.
Exactly.
You just basically pure kind of, you know, textbook information that you have. And just going on nothing. And I've seen him sometimes when he's doing that, and the facial. Oh my God, the technology is like.
He's completely immersed himself into the character there, and you know how he felt. And the one thing you notice when he's doing it, first thing is how he's speaking. And what he's done is he's actually using his jaw in such a way that actually emulates, like, you imagine the size of a jaw of a dragon. It's huge. And so he's making his mouth really, he starts to, so you notice this first, okay, what's he doing next? And you start looking at all the nuances and different ways he's projecting the character, and I'm just in awe, because the one thing that you have to do as an actor, the most important thing is that knowing your lines before you go and do any performance is tantamount. You have to know your lines. You have to know your lines so that you don't know that you're actually, like we're talking now.
It has to become autopilot.
Exactly. If this was scripted, you know, I'd be, you know, hang on a sec. Oh yeah, we were talking, you know, but like, you know, you have to be able to just speak as we're speaking now, so that it becomes, so it's natural. So any performance you need to add to that, you're then sort of working with that, and then that should be.
I got you.
So it takes a bit more than, it depends on the character again, as we go back to. If you're just doing it, you know, you can do that quite quickly, but certain things, depending on. So for this character, thankfully, in the Bollywood movie, I did not have to speak.
I was about to ask, can you just give me a couple of lines?
I did have to speak. I had to speak to, but there was no microphones, so it's like off. It's not off camera, but you can see me speaking. But I'm giving orders to the guy. So if anybody lip reads, they're going to see me talking a load of
Bumbaloonies.
Something like Sungaloo Bungaloo. I'm not going to say the naughty word. No. It was very close.
Oh my God.
Got me going there. I nearly said something I shouldn't have done.
Listen, look, for me, I think because you worked behind the camera, then, you know, you're already an entertainer, so you had a bit of kind of, you know, the icebreakers. You've done some of them already. Then you jump in front of the camera. I think is just more is a transition more than anything else. Because for me, a while ago, I was doing something and somebody put me before the camera. But when I was performing by myself, doing a lot of things, it's fine. But when I was in front of the camera, I completely froze, and I was like, wow, that is so much out of my comfort zone that I did not know I can be that uncomfortable.
No.
But it was so beautiful.
But why?
I don't know. I could not. It was actually very funny. I was so entertained.
Why? I mean, it's a piece of glass and a bit of plastic. Why does that thing make you so nervous?
It's just the switch.
Yeah.
But then now
So I helped somebody with a workshop doing some modeling or just, they wanted so that the students could get it. So, you know, in front. And this was quite early on when I was doing, you know, still just getting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And so they said, you're not giving me the face I want. And I said, like, so how do you want it? Okay, look at the lens. I'm looking. Okay, now you're looking in the mirror. First thing in the morning when you've just got out of bed, and the first thing you do is you go to the bathroom and you look at yourself in the mirror. How does that look? That's the look I want. Like, you know, straight away. So that's what I try and tell other people.
Yeah.
That's what I say to them. Like, you know, when you look into the camera,
Yeah.
who are you looking at? You know, are you looking at yourself in a mirror? Are you looking at somebody?
Yeah.
Are you, you know, who you speak, and so on and so forth. So every time I look into the camera, that's what I'm doing. I'm not actually seeing the camera. I'm actually, like now, if I look into that camera now, no, I'm just seeing somebody sitting on their sofa at home. And so, like, you know, you've got a red sofa. So that's a bit strange. Why do you like red? Like, you know, no. So then somebody sitting there on a red sofa, is he talking to me? Like, who's that?
Yeah.
It's strange. Like, like, yeah, you with the red sofa. No. Yeah.
Everybody else with the blue sofa,
Yeah.
it's okay. Next time we'll talk about the blue sofa. So, acting peak, amazing. We're gonna go back and touch on that. How often do you play music? Once a month, once a year with the band?
Oh, with the band. I mean, when we were rehearsing, it was sort of regular, sort of once or twice a week, and then that was just to sort of build some sets up, so we had some, you know, enough covers. Because the thing here in Dubai, they say like you need 3 sets, and about 40 minutes long.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
So you're best to have around about sort of like, you know, between 35 and 40 songs or something at least, or, you know, and a few more to sort of like, you know, just to sort of back it up in case. Which takes a bit of time when everybody's doing full-time jobs or got other jobs and different things. So trying to get it together. And of course, no, I don't like that song. Oh no, you don't like it. Well, I like this song. And no, you like. Oh, good. Can we just decide on which songs we're going to play, please? You know, and which people are going to. It's like, you know, oh God, the audience won't like that. No. You know what I mean. I got you. I got you. So building up the sets, you try and find them popular songs too. And so we used to get together a few, and so we did a few birthday parties. We did a couple of gigs here and there. We did, and the last one that we really did was the Reform, and that was Spring Equinox, 2 nights there. It was absolutely fantastic. It was really good. Really a bit windy on the Saturday. It was a bit of a storm coming, but it's outdoors. It was all right. It's good.
Very good.
No, but thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's a lot of hard work when you've got a full-time job as well, or you're doing other jobs.
Yeah, you're doing other jobs in the house, and you have to try to find the balance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your acting. So just give me 3 gigs that you've done over the past couple of years that you would put in your press pack or your CV.
Okay, what in the acting?
In the acting, yes.
Okay, so certainly the Mumbai Bollywood job. That's a film that's going to be released on October the 2nd. It's called War, and you'll find it on IMDb. It's the 3rd most anticipated Bollywood movie this year. It's an action film, and it stars Hrithik Roshan and Tiger Shroff. So, and directed by Siddharth Anand. So there's a plug.
Yes.
Yes, and so another film would be a film which I did a short film last year with a fantastic local director called Sachin, and Ivor was the producer, and it was basically they came up with this concept of a short film, a story, and they wanted 3 Brits sat around a table to, you know, do this little scene, and it's so far it hasn't been released. It gets released on September the 25th.
Oh my God,
another
big year for you. Okay.
September the 25th. And it's been doing a tour of all the film festivals around the world at the moment. And so far we've picked up 26 awards from around the world. London, Paris, Australia. We've got awards in Moscow, in Italy. Did I say Italy? I can't remember. Paris. It just goes on. We've picked up like several awards in India, and which is great.
Yes.
And you know, it's sort of testament to how a team can work together. It was an enjoyable experience. Why I put that down is because it was such an enjoyable experience with these guys.
Yeah.
The product is testament to that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody. There was. I can't explain. It's just a fantastic experience to work on this.
Very good. Very good.
Film. And you know, it's not. I mean, the guys all are very experienced. They're all very good at what they do. But it's just when you get that synergy together of these three guys. And then if I put the third one down, it's probably not so much of what the product is. It was just the experience of working. So, well, actually, there's a couple of actually. I don't know if I should say that one or this one. I don't know which one to go for. Let's just say, okay. So I did. There's Dubai tourism commercial that will come out in September. They'll be released, and I had the pleasure of working with Kate Hudson on that.
Yeah.
And that was an experience because, like, working with somebody at that level, you know, of the industry, is. I don't know, it's just a huge experience because, like, you don't know how you're going to react when you're actually with that person, or you don't know that person, how they're going to react with you because they know that you're sort of, you know, not a seasoned actor, whereas they are a seasoned actor, and you're thrust in front of like several cameras as it was in the scenes that we were doing together. And it was a daunting experience before. Yeah, you got that. And then when you actually get there, and Kate was just absolutely lovely. She's very relaxed. She's brilliant. She put me at ease. We just started talking about this, just as we're talking now, just chatting about this and that. And you know, she said, "Do you want to go through your lines?" Yeah, we went through our lines and we did that. And then when we come to actually do the scene, it was just like we already knew each other, so we were already. It was like a breeze. It was just a breeze, you know, because she was natural. It makes you feel natural, and so you respond naturally. And you know, I'm not so sure it's going to come across that way. You know, I hope it does, but I was it would be fun. I was actually more impressed with the. Shall we say the director? The director, she's got a huge list of accomplishments on IMDb. She's Reed Morano, who she was the DOP on Vinyl, going back to the music. You remember the series Vinyl? Of course. Which was all sort of set up with Mick Jagger, and so it's absolutely fantastic series. But she was the DOP on that, so I was already sort of like, actually, you know, Kate, sorry. And by the way, Kate, it was always your mum. You know, Goldie Hawn for me as a kid. Sorry. So Reed, tell me about sort of like working on Vinyl. Like, you know, this was just sort of like brilliant. Yes. Some music element coming out, the rock and roll and everything. So yeah. Amazing. Very good, very good. Now moving forward. I could go on. I know. That's why I said 3. How long have you got? So for the coming, because we have new season just moving, and of course the transition period, you have a few things in the pipeline. What do you want to do more next year? And what does Keith want to do for the next 12 months to a year, 2 years? Where is you want to do more acting, more modeling, more of what? Or what do you want to accomplish? I want to accomplish putting more food on the table, switching the lights on. Automatically, it's going to happen. It's already happening. The bills. Yes, it's already going to happen. So the thing is, I found that what has happened over the past few years has been more of how can I say, a case of serendipity, if you know what I mean. It's just been sort of like luck, chance.
Yeah.
You know, it's just happened.
Yeah.
You know, things have just been, you know,
Yeah.
they say you should be in the right place at the right time. A lot of that has been the case with some of the,
Yeah.
you know, yes, it's been hard work,
Yeah.
but to do more of, I certainly enjoy being on set in a film scenario. I love the whole experience of it, but I love the whole sort of process that goes to making films. You know, because I mean, for a lot of actors or a lot of people, they get bored because there's a lot of sitting around, there's a lot of waiting. But you know, I know what's happening because the guy's fixing the lighting. I know he's moving the camera. I know he's doing this and doing that. So I can actually go and talk with the guys, and
you resonate with them.
I'm just getting a bit involved, like you know, so I love it from that perspective. You know, so I love and seeing the process of it and seeing the results afterwards. You know, so the whole craft of acting and so doing more acting is what I enjoy doing. I'm working on it on a daily basis. You were asking me earlier about you know, what do I do to prepare myself? Well, a lot of vocal exercises is completely necessary.
Vocal exercises?
Yes. Well, let me explain something.
See what I'm saying, right?
No, okay. So let me explain something. I'm losing my voice. The one thing I shouldn't. You asked us earlier, where did all this come from? You know, where did this sort of stem from? Okay, so when I first decided to take that leap out of the corporate world, I didn't say I'm going to be an actor. I didn't say I'm going to be a voiceover artist. I didn't say I was going to be a musician. I didn't say I was going to be anything. I just knew that I'm not a pen pusher, and I want to do more creative work. So maybe I'm going to do more editing. I don't know. I had to take that leap because I knew that if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. Okay, so maybe I might start a company. No. Wow. Okay, I knew that I had a problem with diction and being able to oratate and speak clearly and be able to communicate. So in that, I engaged a speech therapist and somebody who could teach me how to and they started giving me so one thing led to another, and that was pretty much the start of it. Somebody had a friend, I want to take your picture because now my hair's starting to grow, my beard's starting to come, and they said, oh, you look quite interesting, let me take your picture. I said, no, I don't want to take a picture. And I was about 30 kilos heavier as well. Yes, I was one of those. I'd avoided getting harpooned on the beach, but, you know, yes, 35 kilos I lost. And grew the beard, hair, people wanted to take pictures. So things, that's the organic part of it, how it all materialized. But it started off because if I was going to do a business and I was going to have to go out and speak to people and stand on a stage and so like la 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 whatever or do any of that, I need to be able to communicate, and people need to be able to understand what it is I'm saying because they couldn't before. I would get in a taxi here in Dubai with friends from other countries, and the English was the native. I'm from England, and the taxi driver couldn't understand me. They could understand the guy sitting next to me from Iraq or from Syria or whatever far better than me. And I'm thinking, this is not right. Something's wrong, and it was me. It was completely me. So yes.
And so that the transition kind of molded itself, and it become something that you have, and that's your main line of business now, to speak for a living.
For a living. So daily I do things, and I do it when I'm in the gym as well, which it looks a bit weird, and if there's anybody else in the gym, they sometimes leave. They go like, there's a weirdo in the gym, I'm going to go now. And I go, yes, leave quickly, you don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
And I'm standing there and I'm doing my walk. Bappity, 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 bappity. and different things like,
I got
just
you.
trying to get the tongue going and the mouth going, because this is your instrument.
Yeah, it is your instrument.
I can't
like a singer, like a vocalist. They
exactly.
They warm up the vocal cords every single day to stay hitting the right notes.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's kind of almost the same, but
Almost
similar.
similar.
Same, but different.
Yes. Similar, a lot of crossovers and
Yeah.
similar things with
Yeah.
the vocal warm-ups
Yeah.
and exercises
Yeah.
and so on as well. Yeah.
Amazing. So for me, look, your profile, social media, and all that stuff, and everything looks very well and healthy. And from our point of view, the viewer and the social media connections that you have, it looks very good. And it looks like, the music is always there, but the main thing that you're doing a lot of modeling and a lot of commercials and acting gigs. But are you interested maybe in the future to do your own feature film? Or you want to just be an actor?
Yeah, no,
As
of
you
course. I'll do a feature film,
Yeah.
come up with ideas for, I think it would have to be the right thing.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought
Yeah.
of actually any storylines or ideas myself, but, little flashes are coming at the moment.
Yeah.
And maybe they will formulate into something, who knows?
Because in a way, you sat in the back seat, now you are in the front seat, you sat behind the camera, people, you knew that part of it.
Oh, I'm outside sitting on the bunnies at the minute, so like, hey, get up for my dear life. Gee, slow down, man. Whoa. Seriously. Somebody a Yaris, It's not a Ferrari. Gee, what are you doing, man? Drivers, man. Thinks he's on the Sheikh Zayed Road. It's like,
Amazing.
sorry, man.
But before we close,
Don't let me interrupt you again.
It's okay.
All right, I won't. I promise. I won't. I'm not going to interrupt you.
I know you enjoy the whole process.
Yes.
But what do you think of auditions when you go into castings?
Castings?
Yeah.
Well, initially, when you first step into castings, it's a very daunting process, because like you go to the first 15 and you don't get a job.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy macaroni, and then you've got another 2 the next day, and you think, am I really going to go for this?
Yeah.
And it can be really demoralizing.
Yeah.
It can put you down, but you get to the point where you go there all of a sudden you get 1 job out of 20 come back.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to remember all the time. It's like, when they see you, it's not because you didn't do a good casting.
Yeah.
It's not because you didn't say the right things or weren't good at what you do. You just don't fit the actual part of what the director is actually looking for.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And, there will be something that will come up, and you have to just...
Yeah.
It's a mental process as well.
Yeah.
And I think what helped me initially get over it was having that past experience of writing your own music and getting on stage with the band and having the audience sort of look at you, and you finish the song and there's nothing. They're just staring at you going like, yes, and you're going like, whoa, I thought I played really well there. Yeah, listen, it's a great song. Yeah, guys, it's really good. Like, right, let's do the next one, 2, 3. And you're into the next number, like, thinking, and it's like that.
Yeah, you have to...
Right, guys, we're not going to be playing that one next week, okay? So you don't know how you've got to, and working in TV as well, you've got to learn to take criticism.
Yeah.
If you can't take criticism, go work in a bank.
100%.
Go and be a pharmacist, or, nothing wrong with pharmacists. I love drugs. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that, should I? Oh, oops. No, but like, seriously, you know what I mean?
I got you.
Right? There are jobs where if you can't take criticism, you've got to be able to stand there, and criticism is healthy.
Yeah.
You should be able to sort of, okay, well, what is it I got wrong? So how can I make it better? What can I turn it on? Yeah.
Amazing. For me, it's the whole process. Does it make sense? From where you started and where you are, and the audition, the castings, getting it, not getting it.
Yeah.
It's part of learning.
It's all
Does that
part
make
of
sense?
the process. Yeah.
There is always something for you. You just need to put yourself out there, and you got to be in it to win it. Does that make sense? Maybe you do 21 castings, but actually the 22nd casting that you didn't want to go for is the gig that you're going to get.
Yeah.
So you have to, as an artist like yourself and the space you are in, you have to put yourself out there.
Precisely.
And ultimately later on, the more gigs you do, the more known you get, then the roles will come to you.
I hope so.
They will come.
They will.
I
hope.
But how we go? Because for me, we know, like, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit now. It's where it's happening. It's Vegas, US, movies every single day, popping out left, right, and center. Europe, London, and then you have Bollywood. Those people just making Bollywood. They're like, there's no tomorrow. How about the scene here in Dubai? There is a scene, of course.
There is a scene.
Yes.
There is a scene here in Dubai, and is it growing or is it not? I'm not sure. What I do know and what I have discovered is that there is a whole heap of talent here.
Yes.
Capable of making it work.
Yeah.
And there are certain people in the background that are trying to sort of bring together a community by certain methods through social media and various, and organizing sort of workshops and so on and so forth. And I finally, I found that the government are now sitting up and taking notice and seeing that and wanting to sort of like be a part of it. And through the incubation centres in 5, they are actually sort of, through other partners getting involved with, workshops, which are free workshops, script writing, for acting, makeup artists, and so on, which is all part of the industry, and trying to encourage people to sort of like get more involved. And so, they're keen to make it big. And I think there is a change in the wind that hopefully will come over the next, 2 or 3 years. I think it will blossom. I hope so.
I think we are.
It's a wealth of talent here.
There is a lot of things, and there's so many things here in Dubai. Everything is at your disposal, but you have to go and look for it. Everything is here. There's a lot of things here that you can create movies. You can do whatever you want. I think we had we had the movie filmmaker visited us almost 4 weeks ago, and he was trying to create a movement, and he had a couple of amazing short films that he has created, and he's working on a couple of more. Maybe later on after the podcast we'll connect you together.
That'd be great.
Make sense?
That'd be fantastic.
That's the sole purpose of this, for people to learn about your story and learn about you. And amazing. For me, I know there is a scene, there is a market, but we just have to kind of keep raising awareness, and what you're doing, it's humbling.
There is a lot of groups out there, and there are a lot of people connected in the network, and it just needs. What happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago at In5, a gentleman called Leo Wong from Abu Dhabi, he's actually worked in Hollywood, and he runs courses at a particular school in Abu Dhabi. He came to Dubai, and he did this workshop over a couple of weekends. It was absolutely phenomenal. The best thing about it was that it just brought people together. And that's what needs to happen more often. Bringing like-minded people together so that people can sort of, because, you want to start something. It's got to start somewhere. It's got to come from something. There has to be that seed to start something off.
Amazing. Okay, we're gonna log it off. What, as listeners and myself, what should we look forward to, the movie that's gonna come out this year, or something that's happening within the next few months that you want us to look out for from Keith, that you've been involved in?
Well, certainly look out for The Sound of Two, which is coming out on the 25th of September, and that will be on YouTube. It's a short movie. It's only 12 minutes long. And later on in the year, there will be one which I mentioned, War, and there will also be Vanguard, which is the Jackie Chan movie. I had a small part in that as well, and yeah, that's about it.
That's it?
Yeah,
That's it?
There's more to come in. There's Six Underground as well,
Yeah.
but that was a very small part. That was Michael Bay's film with Ryan Reynolds.
Amazing. Very good.
Yeah,
Well done.
it's all good fun. Yeah,
Honored to
Great.
have you. Thank you.
thank you.
Wow. That was the story from Keith Dallison. Have I said it right?
You did.
Dallison.
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 Yes,
I love it.
yes. I'm attached to it myself.
Okay, we're gonna sign off for now. We will bring you more stories. For now, thank you, Keith.
Thank you. Bye.
See you on the other
Thanks for
side.
listening.
Hey, what's up? Kayzarboulila here. Listen to my podcast, learn the truth behind business and marketing. Basically, being an entrepreneur on the following platforms: